What's up everybody and welcome to Drive to Thrive. In today's video, let's take a look at PayPal. Now, is this a nice buying opportunity or is there more pain ahead for this stock? This is something we'll discuss in this video. So I hope you enjoy it. If you do, don't forget to smash that like button, comment, share, all the good stuff. But otherwise, let's get straight into the charts and let's see what they're suggesting here. Alright guys, so first time I ever covered PayPal on this channel was about a year ago, and I highlighted that there is some pain ahead for this stock, and sure enough, we've hit all the price targets that I mentioned to the downside. Then after that, I highlighted that anything between $60 to $80 highlighted in this green zone is actually a good buying opportunity for PayPal, and we've pretty much been here for the past year, sitting between those 80s and 60s. So I've been buying some shares. My average price so far is about $72. And I'm trying to see, where do we go next? Is this really the ultimate, lows? And do we start heading higher from here? Or is there more pain ahead in PayPal? So let me show you what I saw, on the daily chart. And for that, we have to go all the way back to 2015 when this stock has just started getting traded. So if you guys see my previous videos, do you guys know that I'm a huge believer in gap plays? And I believe that about 90% of all the gaps eventually do get filled in, whether to the upside or to the downside. So let's see if there are some gaps on this chart that are still outstanding that haven't got filled in. Back here in the 2015s, 2016s, all of these gaps got filled in. In July here, we got this one filled in October, we got this gap filled in. But then when we started breaking out, there is a gap right around this 45.32 and about 47.03 that has actually never got filled in. Then there was another gap here around that $70 to about 67 was the second gap kind of staring me in the face. So let's zoom out and let's see. So the one between 70 and 67 did get filled in just recently, so we can get rid of this circle. But the one around $45 hasn't got filled in, and so far it looks like PayPal wants to fill in all of those previous gaps. So that is why I believe in the next 1 to 3 months, possibly by end of this year, PayPal can hit $45, and once we hit $45, that is going to be the ultimate buying opportunity if you're a long-term believer in this company. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about PayPal as a long-term, hodl play anywhere between 3 to 5 years once we hit those lows, or even from $60, because even at $60, I think PayPal is a very attractive stock to get into. But let me know what you guys think and what your opinion is on PayPal. So as below, so above. Let's see if there are any gaps here that we can, pin to our price targets on the way up. And there is a big gap right here, which is funny enough, there's a gap also that happened in 2020 that neither got filled into the downside or to the upside. So I thought this was kind of interesting that there is, we gapped down in the same area pretty much as we gapped up here in 2020. And then there is another gap sitting around this $225 and about $216 mark. So those two gaps right here on the way up would be my price targets for the short term, anywhere between 1 to 3 years. So assuming that PayPal has bottomed out at around $60 and these are the ultimate lows, if we were to hit these gaps, then we're looking of gains anywhere between 150% to around 258% from the current price. Now, if we get as low as $45, then we're looking at gains of anywhere between 240% to as high as 389%. So this is what I mean. If we do get down to $45, I think that's going to be a great buying opportunity and a once in a lifetime opportunity if you have that long-term perspective on the stock and you have the patience to weather all the moves, along the way. So zooming out of here, still on our daily time frame here, let's take a look at the MACD. So the MACD currently is sitting about the zero line, so in this bullish territory, but signaling some bearishness, especially with that crossover down. Our stochastic RSI is starting to bottom out, signal some oversold reading here on the daily time frame. So could we see this thing run up and possibly fill in this gap before we get a resumption of the lower leg? Definitely possible, something to keep an eye out on that daily time frame. Now let's go over to my weekly time frame, and here we see a whole different story unfolding. So Looking at the MACD, we're still below that zero line, and we have been here since pretty much 2021, so still signaling bearish momentum. That stochastic RSI is rotating off of these overextended readings here, overbought readings. So again, waiting for this thing to come back down. And if we zoom in into our chart here, this is the blue line is a 200-day moving average, and we can see that we just got rejected off of that 200-day moving average again, which is signaling a lot of bearishness on the weekly time frame, kind of fitting into our thesis of possibly filling in that last gap between that $45 and $47. Now let's go over to our monthly time frame, and on that monthly time frame we can see that the MACD is trying to cross over here, but so far, you know, it seems like it's getting rejected, which if we do get rejected and the blue line starts resuming its way down, would be seen as very bearish. And that stochastic RSI again is sitting in this overbought territory here, so signaling, you know, again, some maybe more pain, wait for this thing to come back down. So overall, I think as a long term, you know, from that long term perspective, there is some bearishness signaling on the charts. In the short term, we could come up and fill in that gap here, you know, going back, filling this last gap here of around $72, possibly trying to break through this 200-day moving average one more time. So something to keep an eye out for in the next weeks or two. In the comments below, let me know what your price targets are. What are some of the other stocks you're looking at for the upcoming weeks and months? But otherwise, thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you in another video. Cheers.